So hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Wizardly Reads. Today we are doing the, I think it's called the YouTube Friends Tag, but I'm going to call it the Booktube Friend Tags because it's just the YouTube Friend Tags Booktube edition. So let's go with Booktube Friends Tag.
Works for me.
Today we've got Nico from Niko's Book Reviews here for us because Nico is my Booktube buddy, or my clone, you decide. So let's see. Let's pull up the rules for this tag. And of course, as we get into tag, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can get regular updates when I put out new content. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All right. I just feel like I had to do the plug.
Yeah, it's all good. Right. It's all good.
So the rules are each person asks 5 questions to the other person. You can ask me more or I could ask you more, but 5 is the bare minimum. Just if we have any come off the cuff, because I know we like to improvise sometimes. We cannot share these questions beforehand, and you cannot have met the other person in real life. So I feel like we're breaking the rules here because we are the same person. But I'm just teleporting back and forth between where you live and where I live.
Yeah, but I'm the one that's not real. He like travels back and forth.
Oh, you're just a figment of my imagination.
Yeah, I've been waiting for you to figure that out. So
no wonder everybody in the Discord keeps acting like I'm crazy. All right, so my first question is going to be music, past, future, and present. And I like this question because I know you were in a band, and I know that you use your own music as your title and exit intros. And then I also know that in the future or present, I should have gone past, present, future. But, the banner is wrong. What can I say? I messed up. But for the present, you have been doing something with a certain author, and I want to hear you talk about it. And then I also want to know the future of maybe that collaboration and what kind of details you two have talked about.
Yeah, so this is an interesting start to it for sure. This does show I had no idea what the questions were going to be, so I was interested to see. But the specific music he's referring to is mostly I did used to be in a metalcore band, and I did the vocals, and so that is like back when I was a teenager, and it's definitely that kind of music to the album that we did, because like the band said, we did record an album. It was a professionally recorded album. The music's like out there and everything, but that's I didn't include any vocals in my intro and my outro, but both of those are little clips taken from old songs of ours in general. And I listened to it's called Cross My Heart, but it's hard to find because that's like the most cliche, terrible name ever. So if you search that, you're going to get a million results before us, but it is out there. You may get lucky or unlucky depending on if you like that kind of music and find it. You never know. It's out there. I actually paid an annual for $20 annually. Apparently, you can post your music onto all streaming platforms, and then you get royalties if anyone listens to it. So far, I've lost $39.97 last I checked. So earned like 3 cents apparently. So that's better than I expected.
I can just put it on loop for you and get that music for you.
I don't know if even you doing that all day is going to be enough, but hey, who knows? Yeah, so that's kind of the past, and I do still listen to a ton. I listen to a really wide variety of music. Like my favorite album of all time is Never Bloom by the band Make Them Suffer, who are a symphonic deathcore band. But my favorite recording artist of all time is Billy Joel. So there's a wide variety there as well. Right now, actually, and it's actually on his YouTube channel. He did post it, and I posted it in our Discord, and it's in Slowly Read's Discord. But randomly, Michael R. Fletcher, the author, who is in Slowly Read's Discord, and I was about to say, like, my books are over there. Author of such books as Blackstone Heart, She Dreams His Blood, Beyond Redemption, the new one's Norliska Groans. So he's in there. and he does instrumental music. And I've said for years, I just need somebody who can do like all of the instruments and like do the mixing, and I'll provide vocals and whatnot. And he was actually completely down for it because he doesn't write lyrics, he said, even though he's an author, and he doesn't do vocals. So we got together. He sent me some songs. I wrote some lyrics and then recorded vocals. I had to buy new recording equipment because mine was terrible. And so it was a good excuse to actually I got a nice microphone and like an interface, which helped a lot. But so it was a ton of fun recording music again. And it just had been a really long time. I think it was like 2013 maybe when we recorded the album. So I mean, like that's quite some time ago. So it's been a long time, and it was really nice. And so definitely I actually have to pick a new song and work on some more lyrics, and it's a completely just kind of for fun thing. So neither one of us are like we're not really going to start a band or anything like that, but it's just kind of fun. He likes editing music. He used to do that professionally. I like recording it. That was he told me, and I had no idea, but he's really good at it, so it makes sense. But so it was a lot of fun. So yeah, if you look up Michael R. Fletcher's YouTube channel, he does have some other songs posted, including the one we just worked on. So it's pretty cool.
So are you planning on like doing because I think you did above, what was the name of the song?
With Eyes Ablaze.
Yeah, isn't that one of his books?
No, and if it is, it's a coincidence because I actually wrote that. He named it, but I wrote the lyrics. So it was originally called something else.
The artwork was set to one of his covers, right?
He kind of just uses stills like that for. So yeah, he just kind of picked something that he thought looked like it fit.
Okay,
so that wasn't planned.
I thought you were going through his entire library and assigning a song to each book, which you are more than welcome to steal that idea.
I see he's named all of his songs, and he told me it doesn't really matter. I can write whatever, but he has one called like something about a Blackstone heart. So I'm gonna read the Blackstone heart and then try to write a song actually based on the book because I feel like that would be really cool. So I am planning on kind of doing that as I get more in. So
yeah, when I was watching, I was like, I recognize this artwork, and it looks like I think one of his book covers. So I just assumed that it was for that book in particular. And even though I knew you hadn't read any of his stuff yet, but that you were going to get to it, I just assumed you put lyrics to the book. He gave you like a general synopsis. You created this. And I did not know that was you, by the way, on vocals. I couldn't tell.
That was, Narcel didn't realize in the Discord. He's like, oh, how'd you know about that? I'm like, because I wrote the lyrics and recorded the vocals for it. That's how. I used to get that all the time when people would find out I'm in a band and they'd be like, that's you? What? I can't see that at all. Even when I had long hair, people still never pegged it. But
you long hair? What? I've never seen you with wait.
If you watch my really bad old videos.
Hey, I like those videos. All right, let's move on to the second question. All right, it says, why do you think we have such similar taste in books?
Because we're both amazing, obviously.
Obviously.
I guess like part of the serious aspect is we did both have similar kind of starting off points. Like we both read Dragonlance, the original Dragonlance Chronicles when we were really young, and then both got into Wheel of Time and read that quite a lot. So we had some of those kind of like similar type of founding books, but it is like it's almost eerie sometimes how similar our taste is on some things because like we both done this. He's told me exactly what I was going to think about a book, and there have been books that he's read that I didn't like, and I'm thinking the whole time, well, he's going to complain about this, this, and this, and then I get angry Discord messages complaining about that, and that, and I'm like, yeah, I was waiting for that. It's just we do tend to have similar taste, and that's why there are some things that I've read in the past that I didn't like that Andrew likes, and I'm going to try them again because we just tend to agree. But it is really interesting. I'm sure there's some other like similar things, but those are kind of the big ones. Just we did start certain kinds of fantasy pretty young, so maybe that's an explanation. Because Dragonlance, I must have been like 10 or 11.
Yeah, same. I was just did the Dragonlance discussion. We were just talking about that, but they had just a rack of them at my local library in the like young adult section.
I was not so lucky. It was in a small town, and they had like 7 total. And so like I don't know that I read the original Chronicles if I read all of them, but I reread last year, and I started reading. I'm like, that's where that came from, because like one of the smallest things is I always remember the term Valenwood trees, and I never could have told you what that was from. And I'm reading like, that's what it was from.
And
I knew
so
it was from something. And so it was just, yeah, it was just, I don't know. It's interesting going back and looking, but I think considering that and then Wheel of Time were both foundational for us, I think we just developed in similar ways. And some things we read at very different times, but we both just tend to have, really similar tastes.
Yeah, and it's funny. I know the book you're talking about. You're talking about The Forgetting Moon, which it's funny. I actually went to Half Price Books this weekend. My copies are on the shelf still. The ones that I traded in are on the shelf. I went for a visit to let them know that they were still bad children. And they couldn't come home.
Oh, man.
And then you're talking about Red Rising.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have Golden Sun over there.
I know. You spite bought Golden Sun because
I absolutely did, because he tells me that it gets better. And so I will try it eventually. And if I do like it, I will totally make like a video admitting I'm wrong and admitting I was wrong, and I'll apologize to CK for offending her with how much I hate Red Rising.
You should totally apologize to CK if that is the case.
I will, yeah.
All right, you ready for the third question? This is the big one.
Oh, let's keep it rolling.
The Tale of Mr. Buttons. Pet Talk. All hail Mr. Buttons.
Well, see, I don't have him in here, but now I feel like I should. But
you don't have to have him. I know he doesn't like
it. Yeah. He's not, he doesn't understand when I'm trying to get him to look at the camera and doesn't care for it too much. But he does actually have an interesting story, basically, because at the time we had already had 2 cats, but we didn't have a dog. And I'd always wanted a Shiba Inu. That was like my dream dog, partially because I'd seen so many online because they were just that popular breed. Didn't think that would ever happen. And so my wife used to know some people who actually bred dogs, including Shiba Inus, and they had one who, I should mention that I jokingly said if I ever had a Shiba, I would name it Mr. Buttons many, many years before we got him, thinking it would never happen. And that's where the name came from.
Where the name come from.
I completely missed that part of the question. I feel like that was very important. But so I made the joke. I'm like, one day I'm going to get a Shiba. I'm going to name him Mr. Buttons, and he will wear a bow tie. And that was like seriously like 5 years before we got him. Never thought it would happen. And but then they had them, and they're really expensive if you actually like pay a breeder to get one. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. But he had still has, I guess technically, but like a really bad heart murmur, like the grade that's like so bad that they basically were just gonna put him down because they couldn't sell him. And so we took him and got him, and actually didn't pay anything for him, I don't think. Because of the fact that they literally couldn't sell him. And like we took him to the vet, we're told like Mr. Buttons is probably not going to live past like 2 to 3 months. And like they didn't even want to give him his vaccinations because they were like, he's probably not going to be around. Like they were nice about it. Like that's how severe it was. He's like 3 now, still kicking.
He's 3?
Yeah, I think he's almost 3. I think maybe he'll be 3 this year, if I'm thinking right. Toward the end of the year. But yeah, he's still totally fine. He was supposed to be like this low energy dog with like a really short lifespan, and he's like super hyper and a happy puppy. And so he beat the odds, and he does own a bow tie. As you've seen into the video.
Or does he have a whole set?
His original one got lost, but the most recent one we couldn't find any of the old ones when we moved. So I bought a bow tie and a little like actual necktie too. He used to have a tuxedo too. But he doesn't have that anymore. It was too big for him when we bought it, and now it's too small for him. So I have to give him another tuxedo sometime.
And while we're talking about Mr. Buttons, I need to know, am I going to get a part 2 of Mr. Buttons book reviews?
There will be a second Mr. Buttons video. I've been planning for it for a while. It's going to actually be even more elaborate. So I'll give actually, which I don't know when it's going to come out, so no promises, but part of the plan is going to be like him introducing the show, talking about like different like book news items, but then having to interrupt for like special reports from the field, which are then going to feature some videos of him and or other animals doing adorable and or ridiculous things coming up. And so it's like there's one particular one where he's going to have to stop reporting because a sprinkler was attacking him, and he had to fight it. So it should be pretty fun. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to get to that.
I love that. I love that video. I have probably watched that video 6 or 7 times.
It was a fun one. So everybody seemed to enjoy that one.
I love Mr. Buttons.
I'm still surprised he sat so well for that video. I was thinking he was going to be a nightmare because whenever I've tried to get him on camera, like in with me, he's not very receptive to that idea. But he sat really well the whole time. So
that's fantastic. Okay, this is incorrectly spelled, but I'm going to put it up there anyway. Basically, it says most anticipated read coming up, but I want to know what series and or trilogy you anticipate liking the most. So this is kind of one of our bookish questions.
So it doesn't have to really be new, just something that I want.
No, just something you haven't read yet.
I was going to say I never have a good answer for new releases because I don't pay enough attention, but I have so many things. It's a really good question. I'm just looking back towards the bookshelves. I am really excited for the Chronicles of the Unhewn Throne.
Oh, these right here?
Yeah, because I had the first book, but I won all 3 in a contest. And so yeah, exactly. And so I'm really excited to read those because I have all 3. So I really think I'll like that from the sound of it. And
the sequel series is actually being released next month.
Nice.
Yeah,
I heard one of those.
That's like 200 years later. It's one of those. I think it's called if this is Chronicle of the Unhewn, I think it's called the Broken Throne trilogy or something like that.
I gotcha. Yeah, I've had mixed luck with follow-up series lately. So one of my most anticipated e-arcs I have not cared for so far.
Are you talking about Peter V. Brett?
Yeah, I'm still giving it a chance.
5 in hardcover for Demon Cycle at Half Price Books.
It's huge.
It was massive.
Yeah, I have the paperback.
I was like, if you'd had the whole 5, I'd have bought it on the spot.
My Half Price Books actually had only that book, the core hardcover, for forever, and I'm like, I don't want to only get it. But they also had for a while Toll the Hounds in hardcover, and I still regret not getting that. Yeah, I know. I should have, but I'm like, then I would only have one because at the time I only had the mass market. So it was a dumb decision to do. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good answer for like book. Otherwise, like the probably the biggest thing I'm looking forward to that I really do think I will like is the Long Price Quartet that I'm still since we're gonna actually be starting. Yeah, so I'm really excited to have that one actually placed. Unhewn Throne isn't placed yet. Where I'm going to read that, but I'm really excited for Long Price Quartet because it sounds like it's definitely one of those series that would be hit or miss for people, but based on especially me discovering how much I enjoy like good prose and a slow building story, I'm really excited for that too.
I have been trying to get to Unhewn Throne since April. Literally, I can't stop signing up for buddy reads, and so it keeps getting pushed.
So you had to do a book buying ban. I had to do a buddy read joining ban for me. I know. Yeah.
I've already bought 8 books.
I won't tell you how many I have. I have more coming. And the only reason I don't have even more coming is because Indigo will not let me order from their website for some reason. I get an error every time.
It's probably because they're Canada based.
They're supposed to ship to the US. I even made an account. Yeah. I don't know. It gives me an 800 number, but I'm like,
That's why you buy from Book Depository.
Yeah, I might have to check out, but
I'm actually
recommended the books. So
the good thing is next month I'm buying replacement copies for books. Literally, I've got 2 books that have size issues, and I know that they have better copies that I got from Book Outlet. And then I've got 2 of the Shadow Campaign books that I've ranted about on my channel where I could just play music on the spine. I've decided to break down. I'm going to replace them. I have to. I literally They're right in. I can see them from here, and every time I see them, I glare at them.
Yeah, I'd like to get the full size Faithful in the Fallen at some point, but I I have a fair amount of books that are the same size now. It's just like Dan, like eventually I'll probably get like the full size Crown of Stars books, but I think those are actually still printed, so I might just
The Crown
eventually
Stars?
like Amazon sells them, and at least the first one's available new, but it's like full price new, so I think they are still in circulation.
So it's like print to
Um,
order.
well, it's like they
Print on
usually like
demand.
if it's still something, and I don't know if it's that or just if nobody ever bought them, so they have a lot of copies or something. But
I need to
I'd
get
like
the
to get the
Prince of
full
Dogs.
size
I
there. So.
started it last month, and then literally it was on audio. I wasn't paying attention to anything. Like I was like,
Yeah,
let's.
you'll miss stuff real quick. In book 4, especially, it brings back so many minute details from the first book and really brings it full circle. So I'm excited. But
All
yeah,
right.
so those are some of the. That was a completely off-topic thing, but I expected that to happen. So
I'm very good at derailing a conversation.
hey, it's all good. I'm really good at continuing to derail even further. So
And then this one is I want to know what your booktube goals are, and just I want to know your thoughts and your feelings on our Discord and its origins and where it is now, because we never thought that we would be where we're at now with this community.
yeah. So I feel like my channel is somehow still growing, which surprises me. But I've talked a bit in the past where like I had very little expectations for like I didn't even know booktube was really a thing that much. Like I'd seen some of like the really popular people. I didn't realize there was such a community. I was making just videos with a plain green background. It was audio only for like 8 months. I had like 25 subscribers. I never got comments. My videos would get like between 1 and 3 views most of the time. Partially because my channel name was really dumb and everybody thought that I was only reviewing audiobooks, which I don't even listen to audiobooks. So that was also me being dumb. But I started an acquaintance of mine is like, hey, you should really do video. People just like video more. And I started doing some video. I did some summaries for the Stormlight books before Rhythm of War came out, which actually got pretty decent views. And then randomly, slowly read Mark saw one of my videos it was on the
Prince of Thorns.
No, it was on the third Thomas Covenant book.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, which is funny because that's an older series that nobody was looking for. I did get a couple of random comments, mostly from people not in the US on some of those videos, but he randomly saw that video and really enjoyed it and shouted me out on his channel, and I had no idea it happened. Like I doubled overnight from like 25 to 50.
I think I was subscriber 27.
You were definitely really early, and so around this same time, another booktuber who was just starting out and only had a couple of videos out, Rose K Reads, which I think she's still on hiatus right now, but might be coming back.
I think
she's been around a little more.
Me today actually, and she's planning, I think, on doing a like a park vlog.
Nice.
Just to kind of put something out there. I've been seeing her active. She was in the comment section. I saw her active for the Jimmy Nuts with Man Carrying Things with Jake.
Yeah.
Chatting with Nuts number 9, I think it was, this weekend, and Rose was there.
Nice. Yeah, she's been around a little bit more, but it was completely random. She just commented on one of my videos. She's like, "We should buddy read something," and I'm like, "Okay, let's do it." And she looked at, because I had just recently done a video talking about a bunch of things I wanted to read for the year, which did not go well, as I talked about in my last wrap up. I have a lot of those left to get to. And she picked American Gods and then asked like, "Hey, do you have Discord?" And I'm like, "Oh, I should, I guess, make one of those." And so I made a Discord. And then, right, it's both of these two like complete happenstance, very lucky things happened at once. And then that's Andrew ended up coming over. And so the Discord started very, very small. It was mostly just for whatever the buddy read was. And then little by little, people started joining. And we even early on, I feel like, had a pretty core, very small, but like a core group of active people. And
Narcel and Hemvar are the ones I remember.
Yeah, they were both very, very early adopters, and we had some others, and like some of them only post occasionally now, but we still had people. But you know, you'd have your busy days and you have your quiet days, and then little by little, more and more people started to join. One thing that definitely helped was between me and Megan, of course, bullying Andrew into starting a channel. Um, and I am so like I'll give him crap at it, but Andrew passed me fairly quickly in subscriber account. But I was actually just looking at my like what other channels do your audience watch, and it goes like Daniel Green, Mike's Book Reviews, Andrew's Wizardly Reads on the list. Seriously, I think I've even made the comment in videos before that if you're watching me, you should definitely watch Andrew because he's like me, but like his videos are better than mine. So
all I did was
say.
starting acting weird in front of a camera.
It's yeah. I mean, it works, but you're very vibrant in it. But so yeah, it's grown and grown, and it's gotten to the craziest thing for me now is not only are people like watching our videos and joining the Discord, like other channels are advertising our Discord because I've seen it several times. It's like I know Grace mentioned it in one of her videos, like, hey, everyone should check out this Discord that I'm in all the time and talking about, and it's like other people are talking about it. And my favorite, absolute favorite thing is pretty regularly we'll get somebody who will like people also invite other people into the Discord, and then people will just make comments to the effect of like, this is my favorite Discord. I'm barely active in any other Discords. I just really enjoy being here. It's a lot of fun. And so it's really like our Discord community is more than I could have ever dreamed it would be. And it's just like every day it's we have so much fun. It's just chill. And like there's all these people that I talk to every day now. And it would just I never ever saw that coming at all. So
neither did I.
I feel like I mean that's even if my channel kind of plateaus where I'm at, like I'm still happy with where I am and the Discord community. It's kind of like ironically the success of the Discord has kind of made in some ways the reason I started my channel obsolete now because I'm like I just want to talk about books. I don't have anybody to talk about books to. But now I'm like I can't film. I'm talking to people about books on Discord. I'm busy, and so it's worked out so well. And we get all kinds of different people. I've gotten so many recommendations from Discord too, and so I absolutely love it. And it's from two random coincidences happening to get Andrew and some of the other like early people coming over from Mark's channel, and then Rose reaching out and telling me she wanted to buddy read randomly because she just found my channel. I think she came from Mark too, though. To be fair,
you must have just come right before me because literally, I think I subbed right after he shouted you out, and then I started posting comments on your videos. Because I mean, you were way far away from your bookshelf. Like it was 10 feet between you and your bookshelf, and you were all the way to the side of the video.
And it was a much worse webcam than the one I'm using now. It's still here. I didn't throw it away. I just don't use it anymore. But oh, it's stuck under some stuff. Here it is.
Disrespecting the tech. Hey, I've got one of those.
Yeah, it's garbage.
I've got it.
More proof that we're the same person. And just so you know, the webcam we're using right now is also the same because I bought the same one Andrew did. So, oh man.
Yeah, I think I was the fourth user into the Discord. I think like literally, I hopped in and like the first message from Rose was, "Are you here for American Gods?" I was just like, "Nope, I'm just here to talk to y'all."
Yeah. And it was from those origins. So it's honestly just boggles the mind because I went so quickly from literally nobody actually like commenting on my videos, just talking into the void just because I wanted to talk about the books I was reading, to talking to people every day. And like Andrew, like you and I very quickly we got to the point where literally we talk every day. It's like the first thing I do, I wake up, I'm like, oh, let's check Discord right before I get up. And it's just like a complete shift that seemed to happen so quickly. But now I feel like I don't remember when I didn't have a Discord to go into and like chat with people. It's like it's almost like I don't remember the time before, and it honestly has not even been that long. And that's the weird thing is it's really not been that long.
Like 7 months.
I know, but like this is my new normal.
It's funny. I roll over at in the morning after my alarm goes off. I check Discord first, YouTube comments second, and then I think I'll check Twitter after that. Which actually I haven't checked Twitter in a couple days. Yeah. I need to.
That's pretty much it. And it used to be like I'd check like once a day and I'm like, oh, still no comments. Okay. So I got to the point where like if I got an email from YouTube telling me I had a comment, I'd like excitedly look at it because I'd get like one a week if I was having a good week. And so it's just actually having like the community and that's the best part because it's just I didn't realize there was such a community out there. And I mean, massive. Our Discord is also, I feel like we have a much more sizable and active Discord than either of our channels, even combined, probably a lot for, because I'm in some other Discords for some much bigger channels, and a lot of them do not have the activity in the community that we do. And so I just feel like we really, however lucky we got, just found a great core group of people who keep bringing in other great people. And it's just awesome. So
you got to stay active in the Discord. You got to post. You got to respond to people. You got to greet people, and just got general discussion. If you discuss with people in the Discord, they're going to keep coming back to talk to you.
Yeah, and that's people comment on that too. Is we have like the normal welcome board that every Discord has, and you get like bombarded right away by like 5 to 10 people. Like, hey, 5 or 6 people just go, hey. And we literally had somebody, just the people who recently joined, and I can't even remember the screen name now, but they joined, and they're just like, oh my gosh, I just got here 5 minutes ago, and already people are being nice to me. Like, this is my new home. And it was great. And, we ended up, because we originally, so it was me, and then Andrew and I joined forces is the part that I skipped. Once he started a channel, I'm like, hey, do you want to just do the same Discord? Because, like,
I didn't want to go anywhere.
Yeah, it already kind of felt like it was our Discord because he'd been there since pretty much the beginning, and we also, since we have so very similar taste, thought it would make sense, and so we joined forces. And the best part is usually people do not realize that they don't like. It's a running joke, especially with Patrick. He didn't realize that I was the other person who ran the Discord, and he's like, "Well, it's called Duo. Who is the other guy?" And like, I've been chatting with him. He had no idea. People just assume it's Andrew's Discord. I'm like, guys, come on. No, it's all good. It makes me laugh every time. I still love who's the other guy. And so Patrick referred to me as only the other guy for like weeks, just as a joke.
He's one of our mods now.
He's one of our moderators now, and that's how it started. But
it's funny. Whenever I'm in a live show and Patrick pops in, they're just like, "Why is this guy?" I was like, "Don't worry, that's his humor. That's Patrick. He's doing that on purpose."
Yeah, he's a great guy, and it's a lot of fun.
I love Patrick.
And then we had like Narcel is one of the people who often like welcomes people, which he started even before he was a mod too. He was just, that's what he would do. And we had the time where people thought he was a bot because he usually asks like, "Hey, welcome, what are you reading?" And it was fantastic. And it is so like the other person was like arguing with for 10 minutes, telling him he's really a machine, and like all in like a nice way. It wasn't like a mean argument. But we've had some weird things happen. It was so great. I remember him. He sent a message, and he's just like, "I'm so confused. Does he really think I'm a bot?" And so it was great. But then, like lately, Jitesh has been like our unofficial welcomer too. I've seen he's the first every single time jumping in too, and it's just because it's people genuinely seem to be welcoming.
Is really, really on top of welcoming people as well.
And he's our unofficial congratulator when you rank up too. It's just like people have just formed these roles because they just spend a lot of time there and they do it. And we have so many people who are just really, really active, and it's awesome. And it just keeps growing too. So,
all right. Well, that is all 5 questions.
I feel like I took too long to answer.
It's fine. This tag, I believe I forgot to mention, was created by Andy Smith, and I don't remember the Ridma. I have probably said this wrong. Ridma and Andy Smith did the original video. I'll go ahead and link those down in the description below. And so thank you all for stopping by. Make sure, because Nico and I are doing this together, Nico's going to post the video where he talks to me on his channel, and we should be uploading these on the same day at the same time. So that's it, guys. Peace out. Stay magical.